Yes, can you able to see the slide?
Yes.
Okay. The last class, any doubt in personal selling? Okay, so today we'll go for the sales management. Sales management, sales determines nearly all the firm's interactions with customers. Sales managers oversee the sales force, the direct income producers who determine the financial health of the organization. So sales is the department of every organization who has direct interaction with the customer. So you can include the sales part and also service part. Both the parts are sales department is doing that one. So here a lot of things are happening in the sales management, starting from your determination, what is the size of your sales force, the recruitment of this particular sales force, training them, motivating them, then putting them in the appropriate positions, monitoring them, salesman compensation, then what kind of inputs they are going to give it to the distribution channel, and how they will work parallelly with the distribution channel, what way these people are going to assist the distribution channel. So everything being done by the sales management. So all these things being included in the sales management. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So here is the sales management process. Sales team management, sales target, target evaluation, sales reporting, sales forecasting. So first it starts with the sales forecasting, then it is rotating towards that one. Have you gone through the sales forecasting methods in first year?
No, sir.
Sales forecasting methods or demand forecasting methods? Okay, if I'll get the time, I'll narrate also some extent what is the different methods are there in the sales forecasting. Before you are going to determine what is your sales team, you need to do the sales forecasting. What is the meaning of sales forecasting?
What is the quantity and volume of product will be sold?
Yes, in the near future, what will be the product sales? And as per your market share, you are going to multiply. Let us say there is a demand in 2024 is 1 crore sales. So your market share is 30%. So what is your sales forecasting of your company? One crore sales target is there in 2024. This demand is there, and your market share is 30%. So what is your company sales forecasting?
30 lakh.
30 lakh. So that is the way you are going to calculate. It may go up and down depending on, you can take
You are not audible, sir. We are not able to hear you.
Are you able to see the slide now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's a power failure. So the 30 lakh, what your target is there. So that 30 lakh can be achieved, or it may be go up and down because you can kill someone's market share, you can take it, or some other companies may take your market share. So that may happen, but it is a clear cut short is that 30 lakh is your target. It may exceed, it depends on your strategy. So that is you are going to forecast. So forecasting that particular demand you need to do, you are preparing your team. That is your sales team management. Team means how many sales people you require for that particular sales. Starting from your top to bottom, all the levels, sales people will be there. Then sales target. So you are fixing up this quota and other things you are going to do. Sales territory you are going to finalize. As for the territory, what is the target you are going to fix for the each sales people? And after that, you are going to do the target evaluation. What is the target you have fixed for each employee, and you are evaluating whether they can able to achieve it or unachievable or not achieving, percentage of achievement. On the basis of that, you are going to make the target evaluation. What is the percentage you can able to achieve? Then you may exceed that particular target, or you make some kind of strategy to increase the target or to achieve the sales. And finally, it is coming to the sales reporting. Sales reporting is that in your territory, after too many strategies adopted in your sales department, what is the final sales it has achieved? And again, you are forecasting the sales, because which is achievable, which is non-achievable. Although you have seen that this is a great market potential for you, but your achievement is less. That is because of your poor product, or your marketing strategies, or your sales people are not equipped with certain thing which is available with the competitors, or your product fails in a certain technology not accepted in the market, other technologies being accepted, or your sales people are not trained properly. So these are the things mostly the sales reporting things are happening. So this is not only because of the product sales, but also on the basis of the services. Getting all these things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it starts with the sales management process, starts with the sales plan formulation. So you are formulating the sales plan, just like your marketing plan. So every company, they are formulating a sales plan that is setting objectives. So what is your objective? So objective is related to what is the sales achievement. So mostly the sales department is targeted to what is the potential area or potential sales is available. On the basis of that, you have to design your sales force to achieve that particular objectives. Organizing the sales force. So here you are trying to organize, means you are putting those people in the different locations on the basis of the different things. I'm going to discuss that now. Developing account management policies. So that is related to the different accounts you are going to make. That is related to your salary accounts. That is related to your advertising accounts, other promotional accounts. So you are distributing the entire amount on the basis of the different expenses. Next is the sales plan implementation. So here sales force recruitment and selections will go for that. That is in your topic. And after that, training will be there. After training, then Salesforce motivation and compensation. Compensation is CTC, cost to the company. So anybody has the knowledge what is CTC, cost to the company?
The total expenditure for a particular employee.
Yes, total expenses towards a particular employee. That is not only the salary, but also the entertainment expenses of the distribution channel, but also the other activities related to your expenses, your tour and travels. Okay. Okay, so all these things being included, and that is called it as a CTC. So that is the compensation a company is going to bear for a particular employee or the salesperson. Then evaluation and control of the sales for quantitative assessment. So quantitative assessment is that what is the quantity you are selling in terms of unit or in terms of sales, and behavioral evaluations. Your behavioral evaluations is what is your approach, what behavior you are going to do, whether you are constructive to the organization or not. That is also equally being studied. You are in a team or not, you are doing teamwork or not. So all these things being judged here. And on the basis of this also, equally they are going to study the what is the quantity sales you have done. Understood the sales management process?
Yes, sir.
Now sales management process also, how to start. So here defining the strategic role of the selling function. Strategic role means it is a top level management is going to take the decisions regarding what to do in next 1 year. Okay, so that is being designed. Then developing the sales force. So it's for that. Let us say I'm going to talk regarding a software company. A software company is planning to sell a software related to C++ or a software related to Java or a software related to other areas. So what you will do, if you have seen their sales people are not trained with that particular language or that particular package. So what they will do, first they will give the training in that particular area. So that is developing the sales force for that kind of sales. Next is directing the sales force. So how to direct those people to do that one? So sending those people to that locations, then instructions being given to those people what to do, every day-to-day activities what they are going to do, and you are going to see that is going in the right directions or not to achieve your goal or objectives. If it is not like that, then you have to verify that. That is in the last is determining sales force effectiveness and performance. Here you are going to monitor. You are monitoring the sales force. They are selling in the right directions or not. If they are not selling right direction, your sales achievement may not be there. So what it will happen automatically, you are going in that particular expenses will be very high. Sales is not happening in the market. So there will be some kind of lacking strategies. So you need to evaluate those strategies properly to see whether the strategies what you have adopted as per your requirement that is going in the right directions or not. If that is not happening, you are going to change frequently your strategies. So that is also equally you are going to involve all those people during the process to discuss regarding what are the problems arising in the market and what kind of strategies they are adopting. Is there strategy change requirement will be there that must be discussed with all level of management, top level, middle level and lower level management, and after that the implementation again take place. This is your stages in management planning process, sales management planning process. Can you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
So here analyze the situation. This is just like your marketing goals. That is also the same as sales line goals. So analyze the situation. What is analyze the situation? What is the meaning of that?
Sir, market situation means analyze the market situation, organizational situation, and in which aspect they will get the more profit and the product will be sold in the large volume.
Analyze the situation means this is SWOT analysis, SWOT. So SWOT analysis is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. And nowadays the threat being changed, they are going to talk it as a challenge, not T replaced by C. SWOC. Strength, weaknesses of a company, opportunities and threat are from environment. And that threat will be the challenges. That means opportunities, what you are going to get to sell it, and opportunities are because of the environmental factors, like the demand in the market, like less number of competitors. These are the opportunities for you. This technology is new and very often people are very much interested for that. Very few companies are competing. They do not have that kind of potency to sell it in the market. So these are the opportunities you got. So if you will use your knowledge very well in that area or strategy properly, so you can grasp that particular market. So that's why this is analyze the situation means not only you verify your strength and weaknesses of yours, but also you have to see in the market which are the opportunities and which are the challenges and which area you can enter and where you have also equally it is a threat for you. So you cannot enter or you cannot do any kind of justice to the customers. So that you need to evaluate before you are setting your goals and objectives. Otherwise, if you don't know the situations, directly entering to the market and your product demand is not there, it's a huge failure of your company's product and it may be a huge loss to your company. So that's why the more important thing before you are launching any particular product to the market, you need to do first thing is to analyze the situation. That is, you are going to do the strength weaknesses. That means which area your company has the great strength. That area you are going to develop your product. Let us say you have less number of salespeople. So your product may require less number of services. So that kind of product you have to design. You have more number of salespeople. So you can go for any type of product where sales is a service is more required. So that is the kind of products you are going to do depending on your strength and weaknesses of your organization. Understood? Now analyze the situation. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So next is the set goals and objectives. What is goals and objectives?
KRA.
Goals and objectives is the objective is a short duration things you are going to achieve. And goal is a long term. Means this is the market share you want to achieve. This is the total share you want to achieve. But if you are dividing the goal into, it will be number of objectives. That means in next quarter. You heard about Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4?
Yes, sir. Quarter
So
one, quarter two.
one. So entire year will be
Quarter.
divided into 4 quarters, and each quarter sales. Very often you might have seen also these sales being given in the newspaper. Quarter 1 sales of Maruti, quarter 1 sales of the Hyundai cars, like that. Quarter 2 sales is that, quarter 3 is that. Got it? So like that they are going to. Some of the companies are maintaining like January to December, and some of the companies are maintaining like April to March end. It depends on which company is maintaining what way and setting their goals on the basis of then determining the market potential and sales forecast sales. So market potential is what? How many eligible customers are there to purchase your kind of products? That is your market potential. And you are forecasting is this is the market potential. H for your market share. This is the achievable area of yours. What I told already in case of 1 crore, 30% achievable area. And what percentage you are going to achieve, that can be known at the end. Then develop the strategies. You are developing a strategies for that how to achieve that particular sales by putting the people, training them properly with the compensation, motivating them, and fixing the target for them and developing the territory. After doing the territory, all these things you are going to do. Allocate resources and develop projects. Allocate resources means what is the expenses toward what kind of things. What is the amount of money you are going to spend in advertisement? What is the amount of money money you are going to spend in sales promotional activities, then public relation, direct marketing. Besides that, what is the sales compensation you are going to give? What is the distribution channel commissions you are going to give? So all these things being developed from the beginning for 1 year, and the budget being made, and that budget is already put to the companies, because you don't know what is the amount going to be released from the company. As per the amount released, you are going to distribute that amount of money to the different, because you have made the budget for 1 crore and you got 90 lakhs. So you have to adjust that 10 lakh adjustments you are going to do in the different area. Otherwise, you have paid a budget, but you are not getting that amount of money. Sometimes you will find also company have the shortages of the money to disperse in marketing area. Although we called it as in marketing, that is an investment, but still companies sometimes unable to do what is the investment proposed for that. And actual, this is the amount is not coming from the company. So you need to do the adjustment for that. So that is essential for the allocation of the resources for the different departments, different activities. You are allocating the funds. And finally, evaluate and control. So whatever the funds you have given, and whether it has been utilized properly or not, or some of the amount remained in certain area that can be utilized in other area also possible. And you need to evaluate what is the sales achievement which had happened, whether sales is as per your requirement, is it happening, or it is less, or it is more, and controlling. You are going to monitor that, and you are changing the strategies day by day also. Any problem will occur, so you may change certain strategies. You may also control the expenses. These are the things mostly you are going to do, that is evaluate and control. Got it? Understood?
Yes, sir.
So now it is a sales management decision making, how the decisions being taken. So this is chapter wise. You will find any book, sales management book, this will be like this. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, like that. So you will find century, 21st century sales. This is Salesforce management. Under Salesforce management, you will find introduction to the sales management, its evolving roles, managing ethics in a sales environment, customer relationship management and building partnership, and the personal selling. These are all coming under your Salesforce management. Then is this organizing and developing the Salesforce. Under that, you will find sales forecasting and budgeting. Next is Salesforce planning and organizing, time and territory management, and after that, recruitment and selecting the sales force. In chapter 3, you will find, or part 3, not the chapter 3, part 3, you will find managing and directing the sales force efforts. So you are training the sales force, then sales force leadership, sales force motivation, then sales force compensation. And at the end, you will find that is sales force controlling and evaluating. So here you will find control and evaluation the sales force, sales volume, cost and profitability analysis. And finally, you will find that is sales force performance and evaluations. So these are the chapters mostly you are going to find, and the entire Salesforce management decisions are based on 4 things: Salesforce management, next organizing, developing the Salesforce, next managing and directing the Salesforce efforts, and finally controlling and evaluating the Salesforce performance. Got it? Understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Now I will go for the sales force size determination. So here, the more focus area is that once you have decided the territory and once you have decided to operate, so number of employees or number of sales people you require to achieve that kind of sales you are going to do. So there are different approaches for the sales force. So first is the equalized workload method. So equalized workload method is what we consider all the cells are same and their duties and activities we call them as all are same. As for them, we are going to require that how many people we are going to require. Like I can say executives level we require 20 people. Then manager level we require 10 people. DGM level we take 2 people. GM level will take 1 people. Have you seen this kind of advertisement in the recruitment? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these are the things mostly you are going to find. But whenever they are calculating 20 executives they require, how are they calculating the 20 executives they require for their company? So we'll know from this particular method, that is what we call equalized workload method. For this method, the workload means the calls of the salesman have to make. We already discussed regarding cold calls, hot calls, and warm calls. Yes or no?
Yes.
So number of cold calls a person can make per day, on the basis of that they are calculating. There are 2 kind of executives are there. One is telecaller. Telecaller they are going to make through the telephone, how many calls they are going to make. And second is the sales executive, those who are going physically to the different customers point or the distribution channel point to discuss with that particular dealers, retailers or the customers. So if it is a blind call, so you are going to someone's home, unknown persons, we called it as a blind call. You don't know that particular fellow, you have never met, and you directly approaches that particular person. Got it. Second option is that you are talking blindly through the telecall and you fix the appointment and you are going. So that is some extent you can call converted the blind call into the what. Person has some interest on your kind of product. That's why he allowed you to come to his home to discuss regarding that particular matter. So on the basis of that, what is the time consumption per call? And as per that, they are going to calculate how many sales representatives per day they require. And they are calculating per annum. How many calls are there per annum and what is the calls requirement. As per that, they are going to determine how many persons they require. And a call may include a number of functions like I discussed already: pre-approach, approach, sales presentation, objection handling, and closing the sales. These are the different stages of personal selling. Already you have discussed. Yes or no?
Yes.
So now the method can be applied only if the company is in the position to decide on the different groups of customer based on the size of the purchases. Okay. Different groups of customer means, so either segment wise you are going to make the different group of customers, or you can make product wise. If it is an industrial product, if it is a consumer product, the groups are different. Or if it is a group purchases versus individual purchases, the customers are also different. The number of calls required by the different group of customers. So it is not same that all the customers require the same number of calls. Some of the customers may require more number of calls. Some of the customers may require very few number of calls. It depends. Some of the customers can respond quickly. Some of the customers may not respond. So depending on that also, how many calls it requires to the type of customers. And average number of calls a salesman can make in a year. So how many calls a person can make per year? So that we can able to understand once we will go it mathematically. Okay. So before going mathematically, these are the few things we need to understand from the mathematical. Classification of customers. Customers are classified into several groups on the basis of their average annual consumptions. Let us say you are going to say that the person is consuming. Let us say you want to study the ITC company regarding the different kind of cigarettes. Somebody consuming very high, somebody consuming mediocre, somebody is consuming very less. So you can classify those customers. Those who are consuming very high, then consuming average, they are consuming less. Deciding desirable call frequencies. How many calls you have made to that particular thing. Then calculate the total workload. So different customers group multiplied by the corresponding call frequency. That we can able to know by from mathematical distance. And determining the average number of calls. What is the average number of calls required by the customers to be converted from the cold calls to the warm calls or the hot calls? And finally, you are determining the what is the sales force size you require. We can classify into three categories. Let us say class A, class B, and class C. Class A is the heavy user customers. So 500 heavy user customers with a call frequency 10 calls a year. Class B, medium class user, 200 are there in the market. So frequency of calls they require 6 calls a year. Light users, 5,500 light users are there at call frequency they require 4 calls per year. And based on the experience, the study, a company has concluded that an industry, an average salesman can make 1,000 calls in a year. So let us say a call you have decided or you have designed that by dividing 365 days with working days, let us say it is 250 and 1,000 calls and industrial calls a salesman can take. Means 1,000 calls means 1,000 divided by 250 days. You are getting 4 calls. So 4 industrial calls you can do per day, average. Are you getting?
Sir.
Okay. So here is the analysis you can able to understand here very well. Heavy users, here 500 heavy users, 10 calls per year. So 500 heavy users, 10 calls per year. You just see the figure, after that I will say the calculation. Can you able to see? Class A, heavy users, 500 customers are there and they require 10 calls per user. Can anybody able to see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Second is that you see class B, medium customers, 2,000 medium users, desired calls, 6 calls per year. So it is 2,000 number customers are there, users are there, they require 6 calls per person. In the same way, the light users, there are 5,500 light users there and they require 4 calls per year. So you can see 5,500, 4 calls per year. So number of customers are, you just add it, you will get 8,000 customers are total customers. Considering both heavy user, medium user and light user. We classify them class A, class B, class C. Now you are going to calculate the total calls they require. So 500 into 10 is equal to 5,000. 2,000 into 6 is equal to 12,000. And 5,500 into 4 is equal to 22,000. If we'll add all those calls, the total calls required for 8,000 customers is 39,000. Everybody understood or any doubt? You may ask from this table. Yes, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so 39,000 is the total calls annually required for 8,000 customers, considering class A is 500, class B is 2,000, class C is 5,500. Having calls requirement, class A customer 10 calls, class B customer 6 calls, class C customer 4 calls, and the total calls is it coming by multiplying number of users with the number of calls they required. By adding this thing, finally we came to know 39,000 calls required per annum for all these kind of customers. So how many sales people we require? Can anybody calculate that if 1,000 call a one salesperson can take, if annual requirement is 39,000, how many sales people required?
39, sir.
39. So that is the kind of thing. So you can do sales force size is equal to total workload. Total workload we have calculated 39,000 divided by the average number of calls per salesman is equal to 1,000. So the company requires 39 number sales executives. So everybody understood that is called, we called it as a workload method. Any doubt from workload method?
No, sir.
Next we are going for the incremental productivity method. So in this method, additional cost salesman is compared to additional sales revenue. Thus, additional contribution of additional salesman is calculated. First of all, a company can appoint any number of salesmen. That is minimum. Then it will be continue adding more salesmen as long as the additional salesman revenue are the greater. So anybody is in this particular sales line? Anybody is working in the sales line?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So actually, in the sales line, sometimes nowadays company is not interested to take the responsibility of the new executives. What he is trying to do is trying to give a good position to a particular person. Somebody is very strong in sales, so he is going to make him as the territory manager. Let us say Odisha territory, one manager will be there. And company is saying that you please recruit from your side. Okay. And after your recruitment, you just finally decide what is the salary you want to give. And if you can able to achieve the sales, then you can add also more number of sales force. Anybody has heard about this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
Yes,
that is what company is not interested to take the risk of a huge cost. Why? If the company will go for the recruitment, there is a recruitment cost. You are going to put the advertisement. Then you are going for the interview and all this. This is a cost to the company also. And after that, you are going to give the training. So after giving training, if you will find that what the people you have recruited, 60 to 70% people are not achieving what the target being given. So it's a loss for the company. So after tremendous work, if the company is not getting the right kind of people to sell their product, so what he is trying to do, he is giving this assignment to their employees. You just do, you recruit anybody, you take your own opinion to select to whom, on the basis of what ground, nothing asked by the company. You decide also what the salary sales, what is the salary you want to give. Company is ready to give that amount of money on your account. So that will be treated as a your account expenses. So you will be responsible for your account expenses. And finally, you are going to generate what is the revenue. So your account expenses versus your revenue will be compared. And if it is in the good conditions, then your promotion and everything will be judged. So what here in incremental productivity methods, if your sales is doing well, so you can add few people because your people are not sufficient. What you can do, you are going to add one by one people. So on the basis of what performance you have taken, which kind of people are better, so you are adding that kind of people to more people. That is what we called it as a incremental productivity method. Understood, everybody?
Yes, sir.
So here, additional sales revenue are the greater than the additional selling cost. That means what the salary you are going to give, what is the other expenses you are going to bear for a new apartment, your revenue must be definitely more than that. Otherwise, it will be a loss project for you. So you have to disqualify or you have to fire that particular executive because he is going to generate less revenue with comparison to the selling cost. Next is the expert opinion methods. So you might have seen in the market, there are agencies who can do the work for you. Okay. Nowadays also, you know it very well. Some good companies, they are not directly recruiting the people. They are HR officers directly in contact with the consultants. So consultants are doing the work for, like, even if also the campus interviews the companies are going for, nowadays, certain cases also in the campus interviews, they are not getting the right kind of people there if they are going to the different institutions. So what they are going to do, they are contacting some of the consultants which are very popular in the market. So categories also there, A category consultant, B category consultant, C category. So A category consultants mostly taking the highly qualified people like IITs, then IIMs, like people they will take only that kind of people, not the local. Second B category, they are going to take the any reputed institutes, universities and other things, not like IITs and IIMs, but also other institutes and universities they'll consider. But you must have also the experience. But C category consultants, mostly they are taking the fresh candidates. So here the salary will be very less. The companies may not be a reputed companies, new companies, or like that, or distribution channel like that. This is the kind of things they are going to deal with, and they will help you to select the right kind of candidates for, because they are taking the interview and they are keeping always the right candidate for the all the organization. They are supplying the people for the private company. So if you are finding that they will also do the interview process and everything, infrastructure arrangement, everything they will do for you. They will conduct. They will charge something which is very marginal for you, and they will conduct everything. And after that, if the candidates being selected, you will finalize that particular candidate and some amount of money you are going to pay to the consultants. So that is the way, that is the expert opinion methods you are going to do. Next is the affordable method. Affordable methods are mostly related to if your farm is very small. So if the farm is very small, so your less number of people are there. So what is your paying capacity? On the basis of that, you are going to put the people. Like I can call that startup companies. Or if you are a mixture company, you are going to do that work. If it is a small hotel, or if you are going for that is a small factories, you are going to make something. So there, what it is going to happen? These are not organized one, unorganized one. So they are going to keep the people for certain purpose. And salary is for whatever they can give, that is affordable. Whatever amount they can able to pay, that is the amount they'll pay. It's not that standardized or any rules they are going to follow to pay the salary. So what extent they can able to pay for this kind of work, they will do that. That is mostly the affordable methods they are going to do. And it is mostly based on the small farms. Got it, everybody?
Sir, just repeat it again.
Affordable is the small farms. Mostly you will find just like the startups, small hotels, small farms. And you can say also these mechanics also trying to put some people by paying some amount like that. This is depending on what they can give. On the basis of the day-to-day sales, they'll pay some amount of money to you because you are helping them or you are as a worker to that company or you are doing work. And as it is a very small companies, their financial position is not so good. So as per their profit, they will pay. And the pay hike is depending on the profit they will achieve. Understood?
Sir, that means it's a freelancing or commission basic sale?
Yes, yes, yes. Mostly freelancing, commission based, or you can say also nowadays the mechanics are putting their helpers, or hotels, they have the main hotel sales people are there and doing work. So these people are also getting the salary also. Like some of the organized hotels are there, those where you are going to get the salaries. Small hotels, you may not get the salary, you are getting a amount of money they are going to give. So some of the cases they are giving the salaries, or some of the cases they are giving commission. Commission mostly you will find that is insurance cases, they are going to put some. If you are going to do some insurance, they are going to get the commission for each insurance. Or trade people, like you are going to do some trade with certain party, you are going to get the commission. But affordable methods is not based on commission. Affordable method is based on the salary. So the company is a very small company or small private limited company, as a farm, it may be a hotel, where the people are going to get the salary monthly and they are putting. So as per their financial position, they will put a particular salary to give it to you. A small institute also, they are keeping some people for marketing and doing other activities. So that is affordable method.
Thank you, sir. Clear now.
So now it is arbitrary fixes a method. Sales force size is determined arbitrarily or randomly. So here is a problem is what, that when you are starting a new organization, you don't know how many people you require. Let us say you are starting an institution. So initial requirement is huge. You require maybe 4-5 salespeople to go here and there, search the people, determine how many students are coming to our institute. So they don't know actually how many people they require, what is the salaries, everything. That is all the basis of arbitrary. So once that will run properly, they can say that what is the number of people they require and what should be the salary. So this is mostly unorganized, not organized properly. They don't know. So sales manager doesn't relate sales efforts to any other aspects. Neither take opinions of experts. He can determine the number. So here he is determining from his own side. That means what is the requirement. Sometimes also we'll find during functions they are putting some more people. Anybody has seen that in retail outlets, shopping malls? During Raja festival, during Durga Puja, they are putting intentionally few more employees. Anybody has seen that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is temporary. Are they going to do, or maybe short duration? Depends on that one. And nowadays also some extent they are fixing number of people. If you go to like ornament showrooms, you'll find maybe more number of people. Mostly girls with the saris. Mostly you are going to find more number of people they are going to put. And target being fixed for them also. What is the quantity of sales? They may make the telecalls. They have to make the relationship with the different customers, those who are coming frequently. And there is a target being fixed to them, that what is the quantity they have to sell, or price, what is the amount they are going to sell. If they are unable to do that one also, that is they may reduce the number of sites. So that is completely arbitrary. So they don't know how many salespeople they require. So initially might be very high, or initially might be very low. Later on they may increase the number of salespeople. Or initially might be very high, not achieved that the sales what they have expected, they have reduced the size of the sales force, that they can also do. So that is arbitrary fixation methods. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubt?
Sir, can we do a project on this topic?
Yes, you can. You want to do that? That is possible. You just verify. You just go to the different area and find it out. Let us say you discuss with few mechanics. Can you make the customer category? One category is that all the private mechanics, you just go there, how many helpers and other people are there, what is the salary are they getting? Second category, you can go to the small hotels, try to see what is the way they are putting their people. Third, you just go to the small factories like the tile and other things where you will find the people are there. Tile, marble, cement. There are also retail outlets. There also you can find people are there. Then you can go for the small farms also, just like glass cutting, then other cuttings, the small factories where the work things are happening. That also you just go there, few organizations, and you just find it out what are the types of salaries that they providing and how the salaries depending on what is their annual increment and what basis they are going to give. Then also another thing, they are also providing during Diwali or Dussehra, they are giving some annual bonus also giving, because these people are very poor, so that's why, although they are not giving a good salary, but annually they are going to give, because this is the workers, they have always the expectations during the festival, so they require some amount of money so that they can return back to their home. So annually also they are getting 10 days or 15 days holiday for their home. So that also you just calculate to see that what the salary are they getting, what structure are they getting, where the salary is more, on what basis their salary is increasing, how frequently these employees are available, or that is a struggle for the company. You take the opinion not only from the employees but also from the owners of that particular company. You can do that.
Thank you, sir.
Got it? So thank you all of you. Happy Rath Yatra.